course, of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, I got
I'm just
yeah,
still trying to get myself stabilized and
I got you.
integrated into the households a little bit, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna head out of here middle of next month, and
Okay.
I'm gonna go see my parents in South Texas,
All
and
right, all
then
right.
I'll be hitting the road as early as first of December.
Oh, fat.
Yeah, I've got some things going on, and I'll tell you about them. Here,
Okay, cool. I
let me
got you
tag.
offline.
I'm gonna tag you real quick. Hang on a second. Uh, and we're having a storm here. I think it's over, but if for some reason I go off, you'll be on. Just keep on going.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some pretty wild electric storms over here.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so second show of the day, Soldier Speaks. We got I'm like his number one fan. Lavelle Zimmerman's in the house, the commander. Back in the States, living in the DC area after many years in Germany doing the good work over there. And we've always had a connection. He was one of the first people who started posting in Soulogy back in like 2013, I think. And
Yeah, come on.
yeah, and so yeah, it's been interesting because I mean, we've done quite a few shows together, and I still
Yeah.
remember back in the original studio having lucid dreams, and you were in them, and stuff was happening,
Yeah.
and I didn't really understand it, and you were one of the only people that I could consistently read
Mhm.
because you're and it still is. Your voice is very consistent, your message is very consistent, and that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I like to pop in sometimes on your Sunday meditations. Those are cool.
Awesome.
Um, and but yeah, so big props to you. I'm glad you're back in the States. I hope to see you in the flesh. I know I will
Yeah, of
this
course.
next year. And there's a lot of wild, crazy stuff happening, but it's good to have you back. Thanks for coming in.
No, we got great work to do. It's always a great pleasure to be here. And come on, I'm humbled every time we connect. Always a great conversation, extremely insightful. And yeah, come on, we're just taking it one step at a time and allowing this process to unfold as it does, you know?
Yeah. And like I said, you've been out there a long time. I
Mhm.
mean, what's that now? But but what I mean
Jeez.
is, uh, that just from previous discussions, your download initially came in pretty hard and fast, man. I
Hmm.
mean, it was like, and I guess mine did too, but
Yeah.
yours was you were out there. Like, a lot of people get their download and their awakening and they meet in the purposeful part of it,
Yeah.
the duty or the work is part of the download. And but I just got to ask you, like, after all this time
Hmm.
and in the space that we're in now,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this? Are you like, man, it's finally here, or do you feel like we just dipped our big toe in the water?
There's a great analogy. Uh, it does feel like that. And of course, the fluctuations continue. The intensity is ramped up as far as some of the catalysts and what have you. But um, geez, the sense of presence is always just a great go-to
Mm,
because um, yeah, this is where we celebrate. This is where we recognize our own um, sensitivity expanding, our own insight expanding, our own sense of presence, like beyond expectation expanding. And the confirmations are continuous as we, continue to embody this energy, just constant confirmation, recognition. And then, of course, if you're engaged creatively, you sense the information pouring
mm,
out of yourself. And it's like, okay, I'm not only participating, but I'm also informing myself as to the nature of what's taking place and how I'm working with these energies. And of course, the practice of being present or being present and yeah, just beyond the linear experience. Yes, of course, the linear experience is taking place, but the beautiful thing is I recognize that every day there's something for me. You know
mm.
what I'm saying? Like it's data, and the data keeps presenting itself, and of course we have the opportunity to process it and acknowledge it and recognize it's extremely important for us to pay attention. So yeah.
Mm.
The fluctuations are all over the place, but I continue to integrate and accept what God is showing me today.
Yeah, 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 no doubt. And we talked when I got to Mexico, or not right when I got to Mexico, but it's been like say 9 months or something like that,
Yep.
because of the place I was staying at, well, maybe a year. But
Mm.
anyway, I don't think I asked you this at that time because I hadn't gone through it.
Yep.
Well, I hadn't fully gone through it. And what I'm referring to is, and I don't know if you can relate to this or if you've seen it in other people
Hmm.
or if it's more of a collective pattern as well as some individuals. I don't know. But so basically, like with 2023, I kind of like hit my head on I was done, like
Hmm.
stick a fork in my ass. It was 12 years of
Yep.
banging away. And I was just like, man, I need a break.
Yeah.
And then things happened. I ended up coming to Mexico. And 24 seemed to be kind of like just a well, I don't know, like the calm before the storm or something. Then we
Yep.
get
Yep.
it's 25. It's just been a totally different scenario. But one of the things that's happened, and I really started to come out again mid-May, like a big time,
Okay. Yep.
because I was wanting to, but my soul was like, no, it's not time yet, man. You can't do it yet.
Yeah.
You still got too much of the old stuck to you or something, or you got to go through some stuff, which was part of it too. But anyway, it felt like everything went down to zero.
Hmm.
Like Sology went to zero, Todd went to zero, all my connections went to zero,
Yep.
my bank account went to zero,
Yep.
everything went to zero, my livelihood went to zero.
Yep.
And I found myself in mid-May, like going, okay, it's time to get out and create again.
Yep.
And so I don't know. Did you go through any kind of deconstruction, or did you notice people doing it? Do you?
Plenty, plenty of times, plenty of
Yeah,
times, and
yeah,
these past couple of years has been no different. It's
yeah.
cycles, and each and every cycle has its scenario. It has its characters and individuals and configurations and what have you. And in the moment, we address what needs to be addressed because, of course, life continues to present us what we need,
Mm,
what is right now, what's the purpose of now, and of course, our acceptance, our intelligence, and maturity is taking a step back, and of course, having the capacity of self love to do so, and not judge yourself for any of these things, like not once again impartial in a real way, like really impartial, because the thing is it's it's your response that's reflective of the work.
mm,
Like, is there resistance? Are you frustrated? Are you projecting? Are you mad at somebody? Do you feel like it's somebody's fault? Or are you um are you labeling the experience? Are you kind of coming up with a theme of the experience that you're telling yourself in order to make sense out of the situation or
mm,
circumstance?
mm,
And of
mm,
course, every time we ground and step back, we recognize that we're being shown things that are beyond our logical comprehension. And we can, once again, I continue to return to my own tutors. We can trust how we feel.
mm,
And regardless of how we feel, like what we think about the situation or our judgments of the situation or what have you, it continues to be God's story. And the refinements continue to present themselves, especially when it's an intense experience, when you go on these new journeys. The confirmation is extremely intense
mm,
because yeah, like you said, you kind of get to this place where it's like, all right, you're stripping things are falling away, it's not going the way that I anticipated or I intended for them to go. And at that point it's like, all right, well, I'll step back. It doesn't feel good. I don't know what this is,
mhm,
but there's a purpose,
mm.
and it's our maturity in balance that acknowledges that purpose. And it's like, what, steadfast, one step in front of the next. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah. That's it. Once again,
yeah,
we're on a mission from the divine. And of course, in hindsight, we see. In
yeah.
hindsight, it's always like, it's just that, I mean, for me personally, I've been to this place so many times that it's kind of hard for me to project or be frustrated with anything outside of myself. It's like, damn, this is a wild story. But um, yo, I'm built for it. I'm still here. I'm still in service. And of course, I have countless blessings that come with those experiences. It's just that in that receptivity, life kind of provides these um, votes of confidence and um, external comforts, like these external cushions. Like it wasn't so difficult at the airport. Oh, I found some money. Oh, this person let me borrow this. Oh, I have another person that I can hang with to do things or
Mm,
move forward. It's this soft cushioning that
mm,
kind of presents itself holographically around us to show that we're still supported. It's just that, of course, we are responsible for giving ourselves those pep talks to
yeah,
maintain that balance
yeah,
and recognize that we're telling ourselves a story. It's
yeah,
happening for us, not to us. But um, now the intensity is going to continue.
yeah,
But of course, the opposite end of the spectrum is necessary too. It's just that our responses to what happens is the fabric that's creating the gentle nature of the transitions. It's not what happens, it's how you respond. It's
yeah.
like,
The gentle
are you
nature.
still a victim? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, come on. We're gauging you. We're engaging and gauging you on your response to the things that are taking place. Do you still trust yourself? Of course, it's really easy
Mm,
to be all for it, and go guys, and all our angels, and everybody's around us, and life is so beautiful, and it's loving, loving light, and greeting everybody with all this beautiful energy. But then once again, when you come on, when you get this right here, um, like, are you still about that life?
yeah. Yeah, there's an element of in your face right now.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like there's a big mirror being stuck in front of your face, and you say it perfectly. I mean, like we don't. It's not even going to be an option
Hmm.
anymore to project or send something outside of ourselves. And you're right. You know, these moments are. I don't know. For me, well, I'll tell you. You know, my personal vibe or what my soul that I am has been saying. First of
Yeah,
all, was like, hey, get ready. This summer is going to be hot. And I'm
gotcha.
like, okay. And so June 1st, it became very hot.
Yeah,
And so, it's been like you guys are being prepped again, but this time, this is like the last, you're being prepped. I mean, much faster, much harder, much quicker, because it's truly game on. And so
yeah.
this happens as we move into September. The energy's in September, which is, obviously completion, completion, completion. I think there's another triple nine, I think on
Yep.
the 27th or something like that. We still got
Yep.
an
Yep.
equinox and eclipse. So, there's some major house cleaning going on. And it feels like it's time, man. If
Yeah.
you look at the movie script, I mean, the distortion's getting louder. You can't hang your hat on anything.
Hmm.
AI is a great example too because of the way it's being used on social media. So like you're looking at and everybody's kind of moving towards these reels where they're
Hmm. Yeah,
going
just
from
going
one
back
to the
at
next.
fast, fast, fast.
Right?
10
Yeah, so
seconds,
it's fast,
5 seconds.
fast. You're like, okay, what am I really looking at here?
Yeah.
Because you can find whatever you want. You can find whatever you want to substantiate yourself, but that's not even working anymore because that big mirror is in your face. So it's like we've hit the point where, I guess maybe the tipping point or, the hundredth monkey thing's taken effect, at least in that
Mhm.
field,
Yeah.
and it's got to play out in the physicality. And I know I watch your stuff. I watch your post, obviously, and you do quite a few of them in. But some of the funny ones you put on Universal Brothers and Sisters, those are hilarious.
Oh
And
yeah.
some of them, I look at them because I know you're always consciously posting, whether
Yeah.
it's a funny meme or whether it's a politically insightful meme.
Hmm.
And because I'm the same way. I just want to make people think. Like, have you thought
Yeah.
about this? And you thought about that? Do you see? Do you? Well, let me put it this way: the way things play out in the collective,
Hmm.
and I understand as within, without. but do you feel like that it's going to be an equal partner in the self-development and self-evolution of the individuals? Do you think it's part of it, or is it just at a whole a distraction?
When you say it, are you talking about like the external
Yeah,
projections, like
yeah,
the
like
conversation of
yeah,
media stuff? And
like some people, and I'm not saying when anything's right or wrong, but some
no, you're
people
good.
kind of attach to a narrative that, in
Hmm.
other words, the evidence, the proof in the pudding is going to be that the world is going to be saved, and that,
Hmm.
and everything will be brought to justice.
Hmm.
My question is, like, do you feel like that? And that's carried a lot of weight in our lives. There's no
Yeah, of
question
course,
about it.
understood.
But as we have started to convert and trust ourselves and expand individually, that seems to, by force or flow, become the most prominent aspect of our life, which is the way it should be. Do you feel
Hmm.
like that the collective will reflect this and be an equal partner in the transformation?
Of course. I mean, inside then outside, everything that we're observing, it continues to serve as a catalyst and merely a reflection of our own energy. As observers, as operators, right? The only variable remains our response. That's the only,
Mm,
like, once again, we all seeing the same stuff, but the individual soul has the ability to choose, the free will ability to choose how they respond to what they're seeing. From my particular perspective, I see a lot of I see a lot of the paradox reflecting itself through those experiences, and sometimes in jokes and the radicalization of views. And
mhm,
like, once again, the paradox is there. Some things make us chuckle, some things make us laugh and cry, and all the emotions are stimulated by all this activity. And because it's there, of course, it's being shown to us for a purpose, but at the same time, it is an activity of objectivity and the ability to choose. Where are you? Are you allowing um external events to, kind of manipulate your convictions?
mhm,
Deep in your soul, you know what this is and you know what you're here to do. Now, are you going to allow that which you see within the hologram to deviate that
mhm,
internal sense of integrity and conviction about the nature of your journey as a soul? Is it convincing enough to convince you otherwise, based off of what you hold dear within your own heart space? Like, no, I know what this is, but of course, I'm here to observe. I'm here to see my brothers and sisters. I'm here with the opportunity to decide. And of course, all of the external decisions are only simply more catalysts and opportunities for me to decide for myself. Like, yo, are you really the foundation of the reality, or are you a follower? Are you
mhm,
this person? Are you kind of stepping into these frameworks of opinions and differences? Now, of course, we all have our own individual harmonic essence. Yes, um, we're going to resonate with certain individuals and their convictions as well. Once again, on the political spectrum, heavy right now. Like, nah, um, I resonate with the individual convictions and the jargon or whatever it is that they have to say, but at the same time, um, I'm me.
right.
And me is basically the foundation of this hologram. My brothers and sisters may, aid or follow up with my convictions, but at the same time, I'm still me, and I'm still here to observe. I'm responsible for the climate of my experience within the hologram. So
Yeah.
I can see them and observe and resonate a lot of times with some of the things, and not resonate, of course, with a lot of the things that my brothers and sisters might say. But at the same time, um, I recognize that the story is mine,
Yeah.
and what's unfolding is the capacity of spiritual maturity in which I embrace at present, like what I've embodied at this point. So now the hologram is going to do what the hologram does. It's just that um my my guidance system, the ascendants, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
we're being observed, not necessarily judged, but observed in monitoring the capacity of balance that we've embodied at the moment. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
are you still trusting yourself? Are you still within your heart space? Nah, everybody gonna do a bunch of different things, and it's gonna look crazy. And yeah, you might resonate, but in well, with what another individual says, but at the foundation, it remains about you. Like,
Yeah.
what's your deal here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's part of this thing.
Yeah,
We're seeing it for a reason. And
yeah, no doubt.
I love your description of the ascendants it's kind of a monitoring and again, not a judging, but
Nah,
we are this experiment, this experience, this tech, if you will.
absolutely.
And I can see where the objective is to balance these emotions,
Most deaf.
be in that neutral divine neutrality and create from that space so that the power that we are
Hmm.
can be utilized to its fullest potential.
Capacity, it has to
Yeah,
expand
yeah,
in the
yeah,
world, but not of the world.
yeah.
What's your capacity of maturity? What has the ability to emotionally manipulate you? What
Mm,
bothers you that much for you to jump out of character or lose your balance or lose your convictions as to the nature of the experience? Like, nah, you wrote this story. What shakes you out of that knowing
mm,
that you wrote this story? You're the author of the journey, and you're a source energy being here experiencing um, the dualistic heaviness of the earth experience. Once again, that presence is so it's important. But once again, that's why um, that's why I feel so liberated in being able to um, be present and embrace and accept everything. Like sometimes, some of the things that I might share in the like Facebook group or whatever, this is way deep, dark in humor. You know what I'm
hmm.
saying?
I
Like
do the
just
same thing.
from the,
I get,
yeah, once again, but
yeah,
absolutely. But the thing
yeah,
is it's in that depth that it's in embracing and accepting that depth that we are able to be a little more objective because we recognize the intensity. We know what this is, and
mm,
now we can laugh and get into a rut about whatever human activity there is, but still be able to step back and be balanced and
yeah,
recognize, nah, we this stuff, there's nothing to be afraid of or
yeah,
mad at or argue about or in conflict with or once again, all of this stuff is the hologram. Now, of course, I get to choose, and some people are hurt. I'm not necessarily disregarding those in harm's way because, of course, that's taking place and it's not funny.
yeah,
But at the same time, I recognize that they too are the father. They too are manifestations of the whole, experiencing themselves, experiencing their narrative, not pain and suffering, all the other kind of stuff. It's not the best experience in the world, but not necessarily sympathy, but empathy. I
mm,
understand. I've been there before. Shit ain't cool down here like that, but at the same time, we go through those experiences to acknowledge the deeper truth beyond the drama. Sometimes it's necessary to get shook a little bit for you to take a step back and be like, okay, you know what? Um, I was getting a little too caught up in the game.
mm,
It's like, no, and of course, life is not a game whatsoever. This
mm,
is not a game at all. People are being destroyed everywhere. And of
mm,
course, the species has been in great danger for the last 13,000 years. But at the same time, in truth, beyond the hologram, it is our story. Our work as masters is in being compassionate, accepting, and being examples for our brothers and sisters, and being able to exist and be and I get the jokes. We're here, we chilling. I'm not going to judge you like I'm not on a pillar, right?
mm,
But at the same time, there is a sacred space within that I recognize beyond the temporary, right?
mm,
When we come back to peace, once again, we talk about peace being the home of seriousness. It's not necessarily like this mean um seriousness where we lack compassion and we can't connect with our brothers and sisters. We talking about peace where we acknowledge everybody and we accept the experience for what it is, knowing that there's only divine order. So now we can laugh and joke, but at the same time, we're serious about peace, and we're
Yeah.
serious about acceptance and unity and things moving in the direction of the divine. All this stuff is, it's a charade. And no, it's not funny. It's to be taken seriously, but at the same time, as you ground, you recognize your center beyond the temporary emotions and agreements, disagreements, and things being fair and unfair, and opinions, and just the chaos of duality intellectually. That's a
Mm.
huge deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Intellectual chaos based off of differences in ideas, which all have their foundation in duality: good, bad, right, wrong, fair, unfair. Once you get in the weeds of those things, attempting to establish balance amongst your brothers and sisters based off of your opinion or your rejection of others and their ideas, then you're caught. Now you in the soup.
Mm. Yeah.
Now you in the soup,
Yeah.
and it's like, nah, you don't have to be there.
I've noticed though, I've noticed because I tried to, put up funny memes, that make people think
Yeah.
before in previous years. And like, I can remember one like say 5 years ago, and it was a
Hmm.
Buddha. It was a Buddha that had a beautiful woman over his
Hmm.
knee, and her
Okay.
butt was red, and it said something like there was some tagline, and I caught all kinds of hell.
Oh,
But
because it's
what?
the spanking thing. Like, oh,
Right,
Buddha wouldn't
right.
give nobody a spanking.
Yeah, yeah. But
This is.
but what I've found this year is as I've jumped back into it, there seems to people are lightening up.
Hmm.
People, I mean, there's a lot of F bombs.
Yeah.
It's not seen in a derogatory sense. It's
Yeah.
so there is something lightening up,
Yeah.
giving all the like you said, all the complexities of the chaotic intelligence or whatever you were saying. Is That's
Hmm.
very true. And also, I love the fact that you say because we have spent a lot of time judging ourselves,
Yeah.
and we have been feeding the monster, for unconsciously for a long time, and then we start to
Yeah.
come out of it. We start to evolve and mature,
Yeah.
and we do it is it's an interesting. There are many interesting storylines,
Complex.
and it does go back to what you said, and I think more and more people are doing this, which is, they're getting to a point where, look, I gotta do me. That's
Yeah.
that's that's the priority every day. I've got to take care of myself, and whatever that entails. And like you said, because it's not about what happens, it's about how we respond. And that's kind
Yeah.
of how I got this information for my soul this summer was like, like I would go out to the beach and they would say, okay, now picture a bomb going off in the ocean, or
Hmm.
picture a tsunami coming at you and you got 5 minutes. What are you going to do? Or,
Okay.
or whatever, paradise or the opposite.
Yeah.
And imagine it as energy. And now there's many of you all over the world kind of like positioned like columns of light. And
Hmm.
so, in other words, that's what we're being conditioned for. We're being conditioned like there's so much complication and complexity out there,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
so whatever happens, I feel like, we're going to be able to hold our light, and
This is.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's really like what you were talking about, the bad stuff that goes on, let's just say,
Yeah.
from a soul's perspective, which is what we are, we have to understand, it'll be our turn next time. That'll be a
Yeah.
choice we make, but
Hmm.
these are soul choices that people make. And
Yeah.
yes, there's interference, and yes, there's fuckery and all that.
Yeah.
But I always equate it to, being on a high wire like a trapeze artist,
Yeah.
and you fall, and there's a mother's net. Mother's always got the net there.
Always
So,
got the net.
you know, but like you said, it's not a game because
Nah.
as the universe told me, yeah, you can call it a simulation, you can call it
Mhm.
this and that, but the universe doesn't do anything for nothing.
Yeah, no doubt. Once again, that, that
Yeah,
ain't that ain't at all. Only there's only divine order, infinite intelligence is at work, and of course, you could trust that life is happening for you in each and every moment. There are
Mm,
no mistakes, accidents, or coincidences. Come on, this is infinite intelligence. God don't make no mistakes. What do
that's
you
right.
mean? Like, come on, what are you?
That's right.
It's. I'm just once again. Um.
You're good, but I'm with you on that, 100%.
Here's here's what's beautiful about the paradox. it become like it feels so much lighter when you're not attempting to force values, when you're not attempting to force ideas or projections of what you feel um, awakening looks like,
Mm.
or what an awakened soul sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because and that's elementary school. Once again, before, back in 2013, 2012, when this thing was hot and
Yeah.
everybody was joining these groups and
Yes.
posting and so on and so forth, there was a real forced disposition
Mm.
because of course we want to be right, we want to get it right, we want to be in that space and ascending masters and doing stuff and magic, and we don't. And if you say things like, oh well, ascended souls don't cuss and so on and so forth, now once again, true, but at the same time, the paradox of the awakening process is not that it's like a bad thing. It's like, hey, this is where you are on the journey. It's just that the more you accept yourself, the less you regulate your actions and speech, and you allow your heart to open, which is also allowing the emotions to flow in your energy field where you can clean that stuff up. Like as you become grounded, it's being wide open that's allowing the clearing to take place naturally in an integrated manner that's sustainable. And it's like, no, you have to open, not necessarily have to, but it's the paradox of healing. No, you have to be genuine
Mm.
and whole with yourself to allow healing to take place in a very genuine and sustainable way. Like,
Mm.
nah, you can't heal and still kind of hold these judgments on yourself, and you're filtering the way you communicate with people. And no, you actually have to allow it all to hang out first,
Yeah.
and then as the heart is open and you open yourself to the support and tutelage and information and the awareness and your journey, like because you're open, you're allowing the healing information and experiences to integrate with your whole personality because you have all your chakras open. It's like, nah, show me. This is
Mm-hmm.
this is who I am right now, but at the same time, I intend to heal, and that's the foundation of my path. So everything I do from this point forward will be for the purpose of healing. All the information and experiences that will be presented is for the purpose of healing because that's at the core of my intentions, like the foundational purpose of my intentions. So the paradoxes and the authenticity, and you allow your authenticity to shine and be polished and refined through allowing that openness and self-acceptance first
Mm.
versus once again, the ego trying to manipulate and come up with this personality that they feel is aligned and more accepted by the angelic realms or what have you, before um, ascension or whatever expectations one may hold. But it's the exact opposite. It's alchemy.
Mm.
It's alchemy, baby.
Mm.
You got to be in this thing in real life to accept and allow the healing to take place, like your real personality to
Mm.
be healed and refined in a real way, so it's not forced and it's truly integrated. And you don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about being loving or open or funny
Mm.
or accepting or compassionate and less judgmental or project. I mean, once again, right and wrong, good and bad, and arguing with people. And I don't have to force those things because of the level of care and compassion that I've embodied within myself. Like, I what do you mean? Like, you think I'm gonna judge you for what you're doing? Like, nah, you know how many times dog, I am from the gutter. Are you serious, nigga? Like, yo, are you serious? No, of course not. But the thing is that's what allows the healing to take place so deeply, and for me to express myself eloquently about the nature of the divine and the unseen, because of the relationship I've established with myself. That's the depth of the relationship I have with my gods,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because it's clear,
Mm.
it's beyond judgment, it's delicate, it's gentle, it's beautiful, it's authentic. So I can be a living, breathing expression or extension of the divine because of that purity.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head, man. It's like listening to one of your sermons. I'm loving this. I was in this conversation last night,
Yeah.
that was a synchronistic conversation. And at the end of it, the comment was made that was very enjoyable because it was very direct and
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
And my answer was, well, as far as I can tell, there's no other way to live life now. With the way things have to the point that they've gotten to, there's really no other way to be but direct and honest, which is covered by everything that you just said, be it a laugh, a tear, a joke, whatever. And of
Hmm.
course, this thing with the non-judgment
Yeah.
is a lot of times you would hear over the years, people would say, "Well, I'm only human." I
Yeah.
don't know that
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
say that anymore.
No, you can't.
I think that it's like you don't have a way out now. And this
Yeah.
and
No,
this
that's not a.
this ability, like I feel like we're this close. Like in other words, within the next few months, and it may not
Yeah.
be like everywhere, but there are going to be individuals walking this planet, and there probably already is, that are in non-judgment, not
Yeah.
not as a mask or a pose
No,
or a
just.
statement, but actually carrying this what you're emulating here,
Yeah.
what you're emitting. And
Hmm.
so a bunch of things just get erased off the board, like
Yeah.
the need for forgiveness,
No
or
doubt.
the
Validation or
yeah,
acceptance
just
from other
these,
people and
these things like just won't be there. They won't.
no.
And I've been saying this since early in the year. I'm like, having conversations with people, and I'm like, you know what? Like it's almost like fingernails on the chalkboard. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't listen to this. And it's because, but what I know is these things that are heavy on their mind, or they're
Hmm.
worrying about, or, those type of things, they're not even going to be in our mind. That,
No.
like, they're not even going to be in the field. Like
Yeah.
we're going, like they say, well, we're going quantum. I think we're going beyond quantum. I mean,
Yeah.
this is like, I mean, I can see now why it's taken stages and stages and stages, even though it's really ramped up now with
Yeah.
these upgrades,
Yeah.
because it's going to be a lot to hold. It's going to be a lot.
Absolutely. And the our capacity to hold that energy will be based on, yeah, the depth of our own self-acceptance. Once
Mm,
again, I say it all the time. Self-love is the foundation of all love. The deeper in which you've accepted yourself, the more potent the energy that you radiate
mm,
because you've accepted God.
yeah.
Like me. And that's the we're our own we're our own greatest case study. Like,
Mm,
nah, it really is you. But and it's the thing is the mind identity is going to attempt to grasp for examples externally and won't find any. And the problem is then we get frustrated and then we get, kind of cynical and humans are stupid and I don't see anybody. There's no one here like Bashar and nobody thinks like that. Everybody's, once again, Earth is ghetto and so on and so forth. Then we're projecting and judging and we don't find that energy around us. But once again, we're responsible. It's within us, inside then outside. We're
hmm.
responsible for that reflection. So
Right on.
first, it's necessary for me to go inside and find this sweet spot inside of compassion where I can exemplify the compassion and accept my brothers and sisters for wherever they are, for whatever their rhetoric is or what they're saying. I'm not interested in gauging another person's disposition or where they are on the cycle. Like, nah, come on, we all doing the absolute best that we can, and it's just great to connect with beautiful people and experience my own energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I ended up in this town, and it was a fluke. Because I don't do house sits, and I don't do pet sits, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, of
just I
course.
never have, and it
Yeah,
ended up just happening. And and then the summer fires of purification are burning,
yeah,
and I'm in the game. I'm doing the work,
yeah,
and doing the things that we do, right? And
yep,
but I'd have, I'd have my moments. I had my
yep,
moments, and I'd
yep,
walk outside and be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's 100 degrees, and I'm sweating like a dog. I'm dripping,
yep,
and walking up to the store, and and I keep telling the story, but it's fucking beautiful, man. I mean,
Nah,
like,
go ahead.
yeah, it's
Bill.
like, cobblestone roads, and you'll have like 15 dogs and 4 blocks, and none of them got a collar on or a leash, and they're all cool. And I never hear them barking and fighting. I never hear
Yep.
people fighting. I see all these families because it's not a commercial town.
Yeah.
And you go down to the main street, and it's just like, and my soul will come in and say, dude, like, hey, what are you worried about? Look where
Yeah.
you're at.
Man,
Look
look
where
where you
you're
at.
at. Look at
Ain't
all
nobody
these things
fighting.
happening, and then you start to realize the influence that you're, like you were just saying, it's really me. Like you
Yeah.
start to realize, well, is it the town or is it me? Well, it's like, the cart before the horse, or, what is it? The
Yeah. Cart before
chicken.
the horse.
You know what I mean? It's like, so which one is it? I mean, you can't have one without the other, but is
Yep.
it me or is it the town? Well, you're here, you're present here, you're going through this here. So
No.
you've
This
got
is
to
your
have,
vibe.
there's got to be some type of mutual entanglement here,
Yeah, of
or
course.
attraction, magnetic attraction or something. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
Your energy field. Like, no, this is where you are right now. This is your vibe. Be here.
yeah,
There's once again there's other catalysts, but at the same time, in general, the general climate of my reality and my environment is my vibe.
yeah,
So like,
totally.
nah, yeah, of course, externally we draw in all the stuff that we need, but from a base premise, we're experiencing our own energy,
Yeah,
which is a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
And we're starting to convert it, or as we raise our self-love quotient,
Yep,
and our judgment of self
yep,
goes down, then
yep,
there's a simultaneous reaction with other people,
yep,
and that's what I feel like we're stepping into, is where
yep.
we have these collaborations, co-creations, and that's another thing that I've noticed too. This started about a month ago.
Hmm.
Um, I could feel the switch starting to flip. Like when I jumped back into this June, July, into August, it was rough. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't rough, and it's like, oh, that didn't feel right. Oh, this didn't feel right. But I kept going, and then all of a sudden, something happened about a month ago, and all these 4 or 5 pieces just kind of appeared out of
Mhm.
nowhere,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, well, this will go like that, and this will go like that, and
My
and
man.
and my soul came in and said, my soul came in and said, hey man, don't revert to the old hustle.
Yeah.
Don't try to force the piece. Just let it ride.
Yep.
You know, put your, spin on this and your spin on that. Reply to this, reply to that. And what I'm getting at is, the message was kind of like, we're not going to build in the same way.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not saying this is the gospel. I'm just saying this is what
No,
I'm
go ahead.
starting to see. And it's basically like, okay, it's going to just, it's just going to appear. You just keep walking, and it's just going to unfold for you. And I'm like,
Gotta
whoa,
trust the plan. Yeah.
like, how does that work? But I'm seeing it, and it's involving other people,
Hmm.
and I can see the coherence, and so it can't just be me. I mean, this
No,
must
of
be
course not.
the kind of the new way. Like, even like what we were just talking about before the show. Like, I'm going to be riding around. You're in the States. I wouldn't be surprised at all. There's some kind of rendezvous, and there's a bunch of
Of
souls
course.
gather, or I mean, and just in organically.
God don't make no mistakes.
Yeah, right.
Ever, 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 ever. This is the greatest story ever told.
I
And
agree.
of course, in the greatest story ever told, these things will take place.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
bar none. Once again, God is the illest.
yeah,
Period.
yeah. No,
But
it's on, man. It's really
we're
is.
most
It
definitely. It
it
just it's our capacity of acceptance that we allow the magic to take place. The more, and then once again, what you had just said, um, it happens so many times in my experience on my path. I have one plan,
uh-huh,
and I'm famous for getting up and taking notes and writing down stuff.
uh-huh,
I'm a planner, but at the same time, um, I'm mature enough to recognize that God has a better plan.
right.
I do the best plan I can for today, but at the same time, I know that everything isn't going to work out like that because my gods also have a plan. It's just that their plan
Yeah,
is better.
right. That's right.
So I got to accept it. It's like, okay, I plan on doing this, and maybe I'll have the money for it, maybe I won't, but I'll try. And if I don't, then that door's closed. Go, go this way. I'm being
Uh,
diverted. Like, no, not this way. Go that way. And each and every time, it's just like that. And I end up being where I need to be with who I need to be with the things that I require to move forward to the next step.
right.
But it's it's in my gentle cooperation with the unseen that we work together. Because once again, the whole experience is us working together with the higher self to formulate the galactic version of ourselves.
Mm,
Like the higher self and my conscious presence are currently working together to give birth to the galactic version of Commander Ashtar in the physical right now.
right.
It's just that I have to be mature enough spiritually and emotionally to work together with my higher self in real time right now. It's
Yeah.
just that as I acknowledge my higher self and my guides, we have a developing and expanding relationship together, which I'm here for, which is reflective of my expansion and spiritual maturity. And it's like, okay, cool. We are together. We're working towards the same thing. However, the ego mind identity has to be mature enough to trust these other aspects as we work on this co-creation together, because it's our responsibility to mold and unfold the galactic version of ourselves in the physical during this cycle, during this experience. So we're working together
Mm,
presently on unfolding that path. It's just that we're working together. It's my job to write down stuff and write
yeah.
down plans and have an
Yeah.
itinerary. But also, it's my higher self's job to assist me in that itinerary. Like, okay, cool, I like your preliminary itinerary, but I have some add-ins, some things, some anomalies that you aren't aware of to assist us
Yeah.
in establishing the exact same outcome, but
Yeah.
greater.
Yeah. 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 I get you, man. I get you. And, like,
Mhm.
and mine's, like it's feeling, right? Like
Yeah.
I can feel like the lightness, you
Yep.
know, even after all these years and all the shifts and activations we've had
Yep.
and all the humility and humble pie we've eaten, right?
Right.
And still open to it.
Yeah,
But,
no, no, well,
but
yeah,
it feels lighter. And like one day I was walking in the town and, just doing my like walking meditation and I heard my soul was like, act like nobody's watching you.
factual.
And
Woo!
I'm like, what now? He's like, no, no,
Woo-hoo!
act like nobody's watching
He
you,
said, "What
be,
now?"
because, yeah, because then you have no, you have no other pressure, or, like stage fright or
Yeah, no
whatever.
doubt, absolutely.
And then I thought about that double slit experiment. You ever heard of that it
Yeah,
was
the
like,
what is that? Yeah,
so
for with the I
it's
got
like,
it. That's from
yeah, yeah. So
what
like,
do we know?
so the particle, if the particle is not observed, it does a certain
It does a
thing.
certain thing. It
But
splits
when they
and
put the camera on it,
exactly when
it
somebody's
change it.
looking,
So that, and
changes
so
the
that,
quantum field.
right. So that came in, and it's like, so you get what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so just act like nobody's watching me, and
Wow,
then it clicked, and I thought, wow,
brilliant
that's how I
jury.
used to act when I was a little kid. I remember that.
Yeah,
Or other times, like playing sports, you get in that zone, or
that's
probably
right.
performing for you, you
Tunnel,
know.
absolutely.
Right? And you're just in that space, and I'm like, oh, I can relate to this now. So then it
Yep,
becomes more of a moment by moment experience with
absolutely.
no expectation in the future. You know what I mean? And we've unloaded the traumas of the past now. So,
Yep.
but I still go back to this. It feels like the creativity is just about to explode,
Yeah.
right? And I'm looking at your setup back there, going, "What is all that, man?"
Oh yeah, that's it's crazy in here. But it's I'm following the youthful joy.
Yeah,
That's that when
yeah,
you were just talking about like
yeah,
nah, like nobody's looking.
yeah.
Like nobody's looking. Just follow your excitement, follow
Yeah.
your joy, trust the experience, and know that this is your creation. This is a masterpiece that
Yeah.
you're responsible for painting, for scripting. Like, no, this is your story. Like, live in the greatest capacity of authenticity that you possibly can. So, of course, when you reach this space, you have no regrets. And it's like, no, I did it my way.
Yeah.
I did it my way, exactly my way.
Do you work with people like as an energy worker or practitioner? I'm just curious. I mean,
I mean,
I
and not
know you do
necessarily
it.
as a,
I
not
mean,
as a,
you do it
yeah,
the way
no
you
doubt.
do
You
it.
know, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
exactly what you mean.
yeah,
Just once again,
yeah.
not at a formal capacity where
Right,
I'm like,
right.
okay, well, I give energy work sessions and I need you to
Yeah.
go. You know what I mean?
No,
This
no.
is something that
You do it through your Sunday show. You do it through your yeah.
absolutely,
And I
personally as
yeah,
well. But
yeah,
once again, this is this is a sacred activity that's like alchemical that I might not necessarily have the conscious capacity to understand, but
right.
it's been quite a few experiences that I've been informed like, no, this is you doing energy work with these
Yeah,
individuals. You just have to trust it. And I'm
yeah,
like, all right, cool.
yeah.
Whatever energy work means. Like I'm
Well, yeah,
not
I mean that was kind of a dumb question,
no,
but
no,
it was
no, but
no,
still,
but it was
I'm
like
not mad at
for
that, but
no, I
because
know
at the
you're
end of
not.
the day,
I
that's like a common thing in the
no, no,
spiritual
no, I know.
community.
No,
No
no, I
doubt.
know. Yeah, yeah, no,
But
I know. I just didn't know if you did it formally. I just never asked you that.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no. I haven't
yeah.
done it
But
formally. I'm
I
not
mean, I
100%
relate
sure.
to you because I do the similar things, right?
Most definitely.
You
We
know what I
we
mean? So
are
it's like, like I'm gonna start doing those remixes again. That's what I really love doing.
yeah.
I remember I used to play your videos and stuff. I
Yeah.
still got them all. I got
Oh, hell
7,000.
yeah. Come on. You
But
see what I got behind me. This is
I
this is
know,
what I'm focused
I
on
know.
right
Oh,
now. Like, nah, it's
I got
time.
some stuff to talk to you about. But
That.
that's some of the stuff I was telling you, alluding to earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like in that mode, I feel like that's if I have to choose something, like
Yeah.
and again, I may my higher self soul may have a better understanding, and I may get put a different. But if there's one thing I love doing, it would be that. I love
Hmm.
doing this. This would
Yeah,
be
yeah, of
right up
course.
there. But to mix music with
Yeah.
commentary, with a little rap, or with a song, or stories, or whatever, especially with the tech now. So I get it, man. This childlike wonder drives the machine, the innocence of power, the power of innocence, the creativity, man. It's like it's soulgasmic, when you
It's explosive and
yeah.
it
I
destroy
mean,
it, it
this
is
because I mean, just watching you as an artist, and not
mhm.
to just, pigeonhole you as an artist, but like watching your energy, like
Yep.
and then attempting to go into those things myself, like I like the way that vibe did a lot for me watching y'all's early work because
Yeah.
I thought, well, I've never done this before, but I guess I'll give it a shot.
Right.
And the
Absolutely,
only
because it was
right,
open hearted. It wasn't there was no
right,
expectation. It wasn't
right,
filtered or pampered or what have you for public display. It was raw and it
yeah,
was us expressing ourselves and following our joy. We
man,
kind of created our own exosphere. And of course anybody was invited to come in and enjoy themselves and then, once again accept it. But it's a thing
yeah,
and we all have the capacity to do that,
yeah,
but not everybody is built like that with that level of confidence to do
yeah,
that and
true,
actually like be beyond the judgments and skepticism or scrutiny of comparison or what have you. Like, nah, this is my thing. If you
yeah.
want to come through, come through and hang out. We chilling.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, this was good, man. And so you're up in the DC area now, and so you've been there for what, a year now, or
Yeah, about a year and a half, the nation's
yeah.
capital.
Oh, all right.
Interesting they chose this location for me, but
That doesn't
I'm
surprise
happy
me.
to be here.
Yeah, that didn't surprise me.
Yeah, well,
We need the pillars everywhere. I'm a bit anxious to see where they're going to put me,
yeah, most definitely.
but I have a feeling it'll be yeah, it'll make sense.
Most
But
definitely it will.
I'll reach out to you, man.
Come on, I'm here.
Soon. Yeah, I'll reach out to you and fill you in a little bit. I need to let a couple of things just kind of play out a little bit first,
Absolutely.
and I'm leaving here in about 3 weeks, so probably
Good
when I get back
stuff.
over to the States. But yeah, I definitely want to hook up with you in the flesh. I always knew we would, so I guess
Of
it's
course,
getting
come on,
closer.
man.
It's going to mean something. It'll probably be a big explosion or something. I don't know.
Factual.
But yeah, man, thanks a lot. Thanks for your service to humanity and your inspiration and consistency, man. And I love you,
I'm
brother.
always here. Humble pleasure, bro.
All
We,
right,
we got
man.
we got plenty work to do, man.
Yeah, we do. But you make it easier. Take care,
Hey, come
brother.
on. It's a party, baby.
Take it easy, brother.